So the first thing I want you guys to notice is that we're using these 10 frames again. But this time, we're going to make a 10 to add. So instead of 10 plus something to start out, we have to make the 10 and then use the leftovers, and then we can add those two numbers together. So our question is, how do you use the make a 10 strategy to add? Our first problem says, what is 9 plus 6? Use your counters and then, and the 10 frame. Model and draw to solve. So I want you guys to make sure you have two crayons again, two different colors of crayons. I'm going to use red and green again. So go ahead and go grab two different colors of crayons. All right. So for this one, boys and girls, I want to show you how we are going to be doing these problems. So right now you aren't going to be doing this part in the book with me. Your eyes are just going to be watching the screen. So I'm going to use a red for the 9 and a green for the 6 because I don't have a yellow down here on my smartboard. So I'm going to start putting 9 red counters on the 10 frame. 1, 2. I just want you to watch right now, Kieran. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 red plus 6 green. So I'm going to start drawing my 6 green down here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 9 red in the 10 frame and 6 green outside of the 10 frame. What we're going to do in this part of chapter 3 is talk about how we can take some of these counters down here and just move them up until we fill in the 10 frame. So if I took this green counter from down here and just stuck it right here, I would get rid of the one down here, and all I did was just move it up there. So now I have 10 in the 10 frame, and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 outside of the 10 frame. So we started out with 9 plus 6. But I just took one of the 6 greens and I put it up here in the 10 frame. So really now I have, 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But because all I did was just take one of the counters and put it up here, our answer is not going to change. So this one is a lot easier to solve than this one, because if we have a group of 10, all we have to do is just add on 5 more. So who can tell me 10 plus 5? Go ahead and raise your hand to tell me 10 plus 5. All right, I'm going to call on somebody. Sophia, 10 plus 5. Scoop up 10.
15.
Good job. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we can do this one super quick to get 15. Did you know that we are going to get the same answer for 9 plus 6? We are going to get 15. And I'm going to show you why. If I put this green counter back down here so that I have my 9 red and my 6 green, I'm still going to end up with 15. Watch what I do. 9 red, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm still going to get 15. So we're going to practice changing this part over to a 10 plus, because those numbers, those problems are a lot easier to solve in your head. So that's what we're going to practice today. So on this page, we're going to do this part together now. So go ahead and get your 2 crayons, and we're going to model this part together. So now that we know what we're looking for, I'm going to show you how we're just going to put 2 different colors in this 10 frame now. So 9 plus 6. We're going to represent the 9 plus 6, but we're not going to leave this one blank. We're going to fill it in so that it becomes a 10 frame. So take your first color of crayon. I'm going to choose red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, I want you to check off the 9 because we already did it. Now we have to do 6. So we need to switch color crayons. I'm going to go to my green. But instead of starting down here, I have one more spot to fill up. I'm not going to use red though because I'm all done with red. So now I'm going to use green. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you guys see that the colors are 9 plus 6, but the counters, you can still see this as 10, because our 10 frame is filled, plus 5. So either way, 9 plus 6 or 10 plus 5, we're still going to get 15. Okay? If this is a little bit confusing, the next page is going to help us see it even better, okay? So I want you to go over to that next page, and it is 174. Make sure you are on the same page as I am. Okay, now I'm going to start calling on friends to help me out. All right. Why do you show 8 in the 10 frame to find 4 plus 8? Put 8 red counters in the 10 frame. Then show 4. So look, they filled the 10 frame with the red, with the 8, and then they moved the 4 down here. We practiced that, but the last time that we were doing these problems, all of the 10 frame was always all the way filled, and it was always red. But this time, we're going to show that we want to fill this 10 frame even if we have 2 different colors. So we would just take these 2 and squeeze them up here. And they're showing that right here. So, 4 plus 8. Aaron, can you count all of these right here and tell me what 4 plus 8 is? Whenever you're ready, Aaron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we just counted these one by one. That's totally fine. But this is a lot trickier to look at than this is, because this 10 frame is already filled. So in our brain, we look at that and we say that's 10, 11, 12. So can you guys see that it's the same number of counters? They're just in a different place. All they did was take these 2 and went boop and moved them up there. So now we have a full 10 That's why there's a 10. It's okay that they're two different colors. Plus 2 more. There's our 2 left over. Because they had 4 down here, but they moved 2 of them up. It's still going to give us 12. We didn't get rid of any counters between here and here. We just moved them over. So this is a lot quicker to solve in our head than this. Because if we know the first number is 10, all we have to do is go 10, 11, 12. Super quick. All right. This next one, they don't have any parts of it filled in for us, so we have to do it. I want to model how it looks, and then I will start calling on friends to help me with this one, okay? So I'm going to do number 1. I want you to just do everything that I do on your paper as I do it, okay? 9 plus 5. I have my 9 red and my 5 yellow. So make sure that you're writing on your book as I'm writing on the screen. We're going to solve 9 plus 5. I'm going to scoop up my 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. I had to do a lot of counting and slowing down to get this. Now we're going to show how we're just going to take one of these counters from here and just fill it in the box. So all I'm doing is taking this yellow and I'm going to move it up here. So watch what I do. The reason I'm doing that is because I want this 10 frame to be filled up. So all I'm doing is just moving it up here, and so it won't be down here anymore. So now I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but I moved one up, 10. If I got rid of one of them down here, that means I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4 down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got rid of one and just moved it up here. Do you see that? It was down here. All I did was just move it up there. So now I have a full 10 frame. Now this looks a lot easier and quicker to solve than this. I have a full 10 frame. It's okay that there's a green one in there, so we're going to put a 10. And now I only have 4 down here. 10 plus 4 is a lot faster to solve than 9 plus 5. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I want you to look. The answer did not change. All we did was just move the counter up. So then it's no longer down here. It's up here. Okay? So get your 2 crayons ready. I'm going to be calling on friends to help me with this one right here. All right. Kaya, can I have you solve 4 plus 7? So here's our 4, and here's our 7. Whenever you're ready, Kaya.
To me into the open space.
Kaya, did you count all of these?
Yeah.
What did you get? Okay, I'm going to show you, Kaya, because I can't hear you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, do you see how that took a long time to count all of these? If this was just a full 10 frame, I would be able to do this so quick. So now, over here, we're going to show this counter moved up here, this one moved up here, and this one moved up here. So when I draw it, I'm only going to have this one counter over here. So, first graders, take your first color crayon and keep your same number that they started with over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, Kieran, I need to switch colors to my other crayon. What am I going to do right here? For Kieran. We're going to, yep, I'm going to switch to my green. And then, should I fill it up? Yeah, so I still need to put my 4 green. 1, 2, 3, I'm out of room. I'm going to put it right here. 4. And that's exactly what I should have done because look, these 3 got moved up here. And I only have this one left over and it's right there. So, it's the same number of counters, they're just grouped better. So now, Kieran, how can I write my numbers here? What does this first one show? How many are in the 10 frame now? 7. Check out my 10 frame. How many are in this whole entire 10 frame? There's 10 in the 10 frame now. So now I'm going to write 10.
I didn't answer that. It was somebody else.
Okay, Kieran, so make sure that when I call on you, you're ready to go, okay?
Okay,
10, and then how many outside?
11.
There's 11 right here?
No,
1. Good job.
all together it's 11.
Good job. Now take a look. It didn't change. We got 11 both times. This one is just showing that there are 7 in the 10 frame and 4 outside. And all we did was just took some of those outside ones and shoved them up into the 10 frame. So now this side shows a full 10 frame and 1 left over. But we're still going to get the same answer. Great job, Kieran. These are super tricky, boys and girls. So that's why I'm doing a lot of it with you instead of you just telling me the answer because there's a lot of stuff going on. All right, take a look. This time, we're going to wait to count all of these at the very end so that we can compare our numbers. So I'm looking here and I'm seeing 9 red and 8 yellow. First thing I want to do is fill up my 10 frame. I want you guys to say that. First thing I do is fill up my 10 frame.
First thing I do, I have to fill up my 10.
Exactly. So, when I fill it up, all I'm going to do is take one of the outside ones and put it in there. I'm not changing the color. I'm just going to fill up the 10 frame. So now when I draw these, this 10 frame isn't going to be down here anymore. Or this counter. This counter is going to be up in the 10 frame. So I'm still going to draw my 9 red. Everyone take your crayon and do it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to fill my 10 frame because that's what I know to do. First step, fill your 10 frame. I can't fill it with a red because I ran out. I only have 9. I can take a yellow, but I only have a green crayon. I can take one of these and put it in here. So that's what I'm going to do. But now, when I'm writing these counters over here, I can't use this one because it's up here. So now I'm only going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 counters down here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I wanted to show it like that because I want you to see that I put that counter up here. Okay? So now, Zayden, how many are in my 10 frame now? This one I only had 9.
10.
There's 10 in my 10 frame. And then how many are left over down here?
Huh?
How many down here?
7.
7. So, 10 plus 7, super easy, super quick. How can we solve 10 plus 7? This is for Sophia.
How many are all? 16?
10 plus 7. Remember, the way that we can do these super quick, good job, Sophia. The way that I can remember to write this number super quick is I look at my number and I say 1 group of 10, 7 little ones. That's how I can do that super quick. Now, this is telling me that 10 plus 7 is 17. When I count these, that means I should get a 17. So take your pencil and count these and make sure you have 17. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I still got 17. So what we're doing is just turning this into a 10 plus something. All you do is make this number become 10 by borrowing from this group down here. We're not adding anymore. We're just moving around the numbers on the 10 frame. Okay? Give you about 10 seconds to check yours over. Make sure that we match. If you are ready for the next page, can you let me know by raising your hand? That's going to help us save time so we don't have to take our math on the spot time away. I have 4 people ready to go. Elias, I'm going to call on you next to help me out. 5 people are ready. We have about 15 minutes left of class. We're going pretty slow on these because I want to make sure that we are understanding it. And your homework is going to help you practice and practice these some more. All right. Elias, you're going to be my next helper, and then Xander, you're going to be my helper after that. All right. Use the counters and a 10 frame. Show both add-ins. Draw to make a 10. See how they're even telling us that? They say make a 10. Is this a 10? No, it's not a 10 yet. There's only 8 right here. So I'm not just going to fill in more reds because we're not adding more numbers. All I'm doing is just pushing those 2 up there so that it makes a 10. But then this number will change, so pay attention super closely. So what we need to do, first step, is turn this into a 10 frame. Make this filled up all the way, and how we're going to do that is take these 2 and just put them in the place. So, Elias, first thing I want to do is start putting my red counters over here. So how many of my counters are red? We already know. We have 8. Good job. So take your first crayon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now don't keep going on with your red crayon. We ran out of red. We're not changing the colors or adding more colors. We're just moving the counters. So Elias, I want to keep filling my 10 frames, so I need to borrow some of these. So I'm going to switch colors and fill in the rest of my 10 frame. Now, as you are filling in your 10 frame, I want you to count every single number of these as you do it. So what I mean by that is, I see that there are 5 yellow. So as I add my 5 yellow, I want to keep counting out loud so that I can hear myself get all of those numbers in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I still have my 5 here and my 8 here. See how it says you need 5 and 8? I still have it. 5, 8. But this number pattern is going to change. Elias, what is my first number I'm going to write? That means what is in my 10 frame? Can you say it a little louder? How many do I have in here? 10. Yep. When a 10 frame is filled, we know it in a snap that it is 10. And how many are down here now?
3.
3. So Elias, what is 10 plus 3? 13. Nice job. Did you guys hear how fast he did that? He saw this number and he said, I can do 10 plus 3 so quick because it's easy to recognize. This one's not so easy to recognize, but we're going to find out that when we count all these, we're still going to get 13. Go ahead and count and check just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's still 13. Okay. All right. Take a look. Because we need to save time, we don't have a bunch of time left. Number 5 is gone. That means this will not be on your test. You're going to scroll down. These parts right here, boys and girls, where it asks you to write out the words, we will never make you do that part on a test. So we are going to skip it. However, if we have time, we will go back and watch the on the spot, but we're not going to do it right now and write out the words. Okay? All right. Xander, I'm going to need your help on this part. Okay, are you ready? So, I want to show you how to do 7, and then I want you to see if you figured out the sneaky clue to help you figure out 8, okay? Okay. This is saying 10 plus 8 has the same sum or the same answer as 9 plus something. So watch what they did. They turned the 10 into a 9. So all they did was borrowed one of those numbers from the 10 and pushed it over to the 8. So watch what I mean. I want to get rid of 1. So I'm going to say take away 1. And I'm just going to give it to the 8. So if I took a 1 from the 8 or from the 10 and I gave it to this 8, how many are here now? I had 10, but I'm taking 1 away. So I had 10. Let me show you with my fingers. That might be better. I have 10. But I'm going to get rid of one of them and give it to this 8. So now I don't have a 10 anymore. I have a 9. If I gave one of those numbers away to my 8, he also becomes a 9 because I had 8 and 1 more. So what we're going to do is see that 10 plus 8 has the same sum as 9 plus 9. All I did was take 1 from the 10 and I gave it to the 8. We're going to draw it so you can see, okay? I'm going to draw 10 red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm going to draw 8 red, or 8 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I want to see what happens if I turn my 10 red into only 9 red. That means I'm giving one of these away and giving it to this person. So I just moved where the counter was. So instead of 10 plus 8, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's saying we're going to get the same sum. All we're doing is moving the counter to the other person. Okay? Nope, you guys are just watching this one. Can you guys give me a thumbs up if it makes sense? And give me your honest answer, because if this is too challenging, boys and girls, I don't want you to have to get worried about this. So I'm going to put all hands down. Mason, you should be on the green schedule with Miss Cheatham.
It's kind of challenging.
Can you hear me, Mason? Okay, go to the green schedule and go see Miss Cheatham. Give me your honest opinion. If this makes complete sense to you, show me with your hand and not your microphone, please. If this makes sense, I want you to see your hand raised. If it doesn't, boys and girls, I am not going to make you do this part right now. This is really challenging. Okay, I only have I have 2 people right now that are saying that they understand it and that it makes sense. That means I have about 7 people that are saying, Miss Prince, this is a little too hard for me right now. So you know what that tells me? That we are not ready to have a test on this part yet. So I am not going to make you guys do this part. This is something that we will go back and revisit as we understand these number patterns a lot better. Okay? A lot trickier when you don't have your 10 frames. I want you to see that it's the same thing as this. They're just not including the counters. And I want you guys to be able to use the counters on the test. So You won't see your problems written like this on your math test, okay? I don't want the test to trick you. I don't want you guys to think that I'm trying to trick you. So we are going to skip this part for now. We will come back to these numbers later, okay? This one looks like something that we can do together because there's a 10 frame. So I'm going to be calling on some friends to help me solve this, okay? The model shows 7 plus 4 equals 11. First thing I want to do is actually make sure that that's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Altogether I have 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that's true. Write the 10 fact that has the same sum. So look here, it says same sum. They're not going to change what the answer is. All they need to do is move the counters up. Oop, oop, oop. So that our first number is a 10 with something left over. If you have an idea of what these numbers could be, I want you to show me by raising your hand. Our answer won't change. All we're doing is moving some counters. I'm looking to see whose hand is raised. Jose, are you ready to help me?
Yeah.
Okay, Jose, I'm moving these 3 and I'm just going to glue them up here. So now, Jose, how many are in my 10 frame?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Good job, Jose. Now we have 10. How many are down here now?
1.
Good job, Jose. That makes me super happy that you guys understand this part. This part, I will have you guys do on the test, but I'm not going to have you guys do the part that was up here. That was too tricky for right now. As we get better and better at these, I can add these back on for us to practice, but this shows me that you guys understand that we're just moving these up here and gluing them, and then we just have one left over. Now, Jose, we're not done. 10 plus 1 is?
3.
10 plus 1. 10 and 1 more.
10 más 1 son 10.
1.
No. 10. Y uno más.
11.
11. I heard somebody say it. I'm not sure if it was Jose, but I heard somebody say it. I have 10.
It was Aaron probably. That's his voice.
Okay. So we have 10 and then 1 more. So 10, 11. Good job. Now take a look. Did it change? No. This is pretty tricky, but you guys were rock stars at this. I want to show you what I want you guys to work on as far as homework. Remember, if we skipped it up here, I don't ask you to do it on your homework because that's not fair. Let's look at the homework and see what I want you guys to work on. So take a look. Here's our homework page. It always looks like this. And this is 177. So in your book, follow along with me to see which ones you're going to cross out. You guys know how to do this. We just did this together. It's not red and yellow anymore because the book's black and white. So just choose 2 different color crayons. It's okay. So we can do this one, easy peasy. We can do this one, easy peasy. This is the one that we walked through and I only had 2 people raise their hand. The rest of you said, it's kind of tricky, I'm not ready. cross it out. This is actually more like first grade / second grade. So, it's okay. We're going to skip it for right now. Use pictures or words to explain how you would use the make a 10 strategy to solve 5 plus 7. I think you guys can do this because it shows you how to right here. Okay? So we're going to leave that one. If you need help with it, your job is to go back and watch this video and walk yourself through it watching the video. What sum does this model show? Write the number. Easy peasy. All you do is just write this number. You guys can do that. And what is the sum of 4 plus 6? They just want you to solve it. Easy peasy. There are 2 big flowers and 4 small flowers. How many flowers are there? You guys can solve that one too. These are all review problems right here, so you guys know these ones super quick. So the only one I want you to skip on the homework is the red box. Okay? Everything else I know you guys can solve. Please, please, please remember to bring this to school today in your packet. You guys have 3.8, 3.7, 3.6, and 3.5 homework to turn in. You have 4 assignments, homework assignments that I need you to bring to school today. Also a reminder that you guys can wear a Christmas sweater to school today, just like Miss Prince. When you come to school, you're going to see that a lot of your teachers today are wearing Christmas sweaters. So if you have one, you can wear your sweater today. Okay? Yes.